And we live. We live, right? Yep, we live. We live. We live. We live. Shalom, shalom, everybody. Don't worry about the background. That's Haitian relief right there. That's all going to Haiti. So one love to Haiti. Our Haitian people. Okay, today is going to be part two. Part two is Psalms 110 decoded. Okay, and Isaiah 53 unveiled. This is going to be undeniable proof, without a shadow of a doubt, who the Messiah is, and also that there was not one person in that Bible that actually seen the Father, but they saw the Son. They saw the Messiah. All right, so we're going to get into this right now. Let's get into this, bro. Let's go to Judges chapter 6, verses 22.
Right.
Judges chapter 6, verses 22. And I want you to read that loud and clear for me. Like I said, it's undeniable proof right here. Line upon line, precept upon precept. I'm going to prove to you, my Old Testament brothers, that there was a father and there was a son. Because the first video, I alluded to it. I went into it in depth. This second part of the video is going to be undeniable. So if the first part didn't get anybody's attention, this part definitely will.
Right. It says this, Judges chapter 6, verse 22. And when Gideon perceived that he was an angel of Yahuwah,
So Gideon saw the angel of Yahuwah.
Gideon said, Alas, O Yahuwah Elohim, for because I have seen the angel of Yahuwah face to face.
So Gideon got it right. Everybody else that we went to inside of the Bible, they said that they seen Elohim face to face. They said that they seen the face of God. Gideon actually gets this right. He says, I seen the who?
He said, I have seen an angel of the Elohim face to face.
I have seen the angel of Elohim face to face. That's who everybody seen. That's why the Messiah said, no man has seen the Father, but the one who's in the bosom of the Father, and I declare him. We can also find that same thing being said on the burning bush, where it says that he's here to declare the Father's glory. Okay, well, something that alludes to the burning bush, but that's besides the point. Now let's go to Joshua 13. I'm sorry, Judges 13.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to read 15 through 22.
Okay. Judges 15 to 22. Right?
No. Judges
13, 15 to 22. Manoah said unto the angel of Yahuwah, I pray thee, let us disdain thee until we shall have made ready a kid for thee. And the angel of Yahuwah said unto Manoah, though thou detain me, I will not eat of thy bread. And if thou wilt offer a burnt offering, thou must offer unto Yahuwah. For Manoah knew that he was an angel of Yahuwah.
It said Manoah knew he was, or knew he wasn't?
Knew he was.
He knew he was.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same thing that also happened with Abraham. Abraham made Yahuwah something to eat. But this time he said, you know what? I ain't going to eat your bread. Let's get on with the sacrifice. Right? Keep reading, bro.
And Manoah said unto the angel of Yahuwah, why is thy name? He says, what is thy name? That when thy saying come to pass, we may do thee honor. And the angel of Yahuwah said to him, why askest thou thus after my name, seeing it is a secret?
Why? Then Jacob did the same thing, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
When he wrestled the angel of the Lord, he said, yo, what's your name? And he just said, why you want to know my name, seeing it's a secret? It's a secret, right? Because the whole time the Bible's referring to this angel as the angel of Yahuwah, or the Malakim of Yahuwah. The Malak of Yahuwah. We have to understand this. Keep reading, bro.
So Manoah took a kid with a meat offering and offered it upon the rock unto Yahuwah. And the angel did wondrously. And Manoah and his wife looked on. For it came to pass, when the flame went up towards Shemayim, or towards heaven, from off the altar, that the angel of Yahuwah ascended in the flame of the altar.
Why did the angels ascend in the flame of that sacrifice? Why did he have to go into the fire and ascend up in that sacrifice? That's another foreshadow. Look like me.
Yeah, word.
That's another one. All right. Let's go to Numbers. And let's go to 22 verses 31.
Numbers chapter 22 verse 31 says this. And Yahuwah opened the eyes of Balaam, and he saw the angel of Yahuwah standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand, and he bowed down his face and bowed down his head and fell flat on his face.
I want everybody to understand something. This angel has a sword in his hand. Remember this sword. Just remember this sword. Just keep that in your mind. Sword, sword, sword. He got a sword in his hand, right? Now, really, what I want you to do, bro, I want you to read that whole thing all the way to the end.
Okay. And the angel of Yahuwah said unto him, wherefore hast thou smitten thine ass these 3 times?
And that means that he wasn't talking about he was smacking his butt. Neither for anybody that's comedics and listening out there, you know, they're going to take this and try to blow it out of proportion. That's a donkey.
Behold, I went out to withstand thee, because thy way is perverse before me.
Oh, wait. Say what? Say that again.
I went out to withstand you.
I went out. Hold on, wait. But Yahuwah sent him, though.
Mm-hmm.
But now he's speaking on his own behalf right here, right? Mm-hmm. He said, I went out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because of what else?
Because thy ways is perverse before me.
Because my way is perverse before me. No, he said, my ways are perverse before Yahuwah that sent me.
No, he said before.
He said, I went out because your ways were perverse before me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, keep reading.
And the donkey saw me and turned from me these 3 times. Unless she had turned from me, surely now I have slain thee.
I would have murdered her
save her alive, or kept her alive.
Mm-hmm.
And Balaam said unto the angel of Yahuwah, I have sinned, for I knew not that thou stoodest in the way against me. Now therefore it displeases thee. I will get me back. It says, I will get me back again. And the angel of Yahuwah said unto Balaam, go with the men, but only the word that I shall speak unto thee, that thou shalt speak. So Balaam went with the prince of Balak. And when Balak heard that Balaam was come, he went to meet him in the city of Moab, which is on the border of Arnon, which is in the uttermost coast. The utmost coast. And Balak said unto Balaam, Did I not earnestly send unto thee to call thee? Wherefore camest thou unto me? Am I not able indeed to promote thee to honor? And Balaam said to Balak, Lo, look, I am come unto thee. Have I now any power at all to say anything? The word that Yahuwah putteth in my mouth, that shall I speak. And Balaam went with Balak, and they came into Jacob-Kazoth.
All right, read the last one. Read the last verse.
And Balak offered oxen and sheep and sent to Balaam and the princes that were with him. And it came to pass on the morrow or the next day that Balak took Balaam and brought him up into the high place of Baal, that thence he might see the utmost part of the people.
So right here we have the angel of Yahuwah actually being what? Right here? An intercessor.
Yeah.
Because when you read this whole story, we see a person trying to curse Israel. Trying to curse Israel. But this intercessor right here is actually making it where you can only bless him. This is the angel of the Lord doing this, sent by the Father. But nobody might not believe that, right? Let's go to Exodus 23:23.
Exodus 23:23?
Yep.
I'm reading out of the must say I'll explain. 23:23. All right, we done. Ready?
Yep.
All right, Exodus 23:23 said, for my messenger shall go before you and his messenger.
So every time that I read so far from video 1 all the way to right now, who we seeing doing the most here every time the Father wants something happen?
The messenger.
Is it Michael the Archangel?
Nah.
Is it Gabriel?
Nope.
I mean, who is Sinjetti? Who is it?
He said my name is a secret.
He said his name was a secret, right? That's what he said.
Yeah.
So it ain't Michael, because we know Michael. He got a name. We know Gabriel. He got a name. So if this angel said that his name is a secret right here, and all throughout the videos I've been showing y'all exactly the title of this angel, now I'm going to show you the name of this angel. But I'm going to show you why this angel is saying his name is a secret as well. And the reason why he's saying his name is a secret, because it just wasn't known to these people at that time what his name was. But I can show you somebody that predates them that knew his name. And the writers of this book knew his name. But before we do that, I want you to go to Exodus 3:2.
Okay. All right, Exodus 3:2.
Mm-hmm.
And the message of Yahuwah appeared to him in a flame of fire from the midst of the bush.
Who did that?
This message appeared before Moses.
So everything that I said in video 1 was actually correct. That this was the angel that Moses seen. This is the angel that Moses was talking to. This is the angel that Moses seen face to face. He did not see the Father face to face, and we know that the angel can be seen face to face because with the Balak say, with the Nuah say. Let's go back. Go to Joshua's 15 through 22. Go back there.
You said Judges?
Yeah, Judges. I'm sorry.
15:22.
And let's see what they say as well. Matter of fact, let me see that. This is all the verses, right?
You said 15:22?
Yeah, 15:22, right? Oh, that's 12. Okay, hold on. How do I get there?
Well, Joshua or Judges?
Judges. How do I get to verses 22?
20 then.
Let's go to next.
Mm-hmm.
That's 16.
22 then. Or is it Joshua? Or is it Judges 6?
Nah, we was just there.
Judges 6:22?
Judges 15. We was just there. I said 15, 22. Oh. So all the way to 6. All right, you go to 6. Go to chapter 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to read up a couple of more verses from 15.
Right.
Matter of fact, was that the whole thing? That the 6 go all the way to 22?
Yeah, 6 go past 22.
It go past. Keep reading a little bit past 22. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So we got to go back and backtrack because I want y'all to see something because it was the angel of Yahuwah that was able to be seen face to face.
All right, so we're going to go from Judges 6 and we're going to start from 22 and we're going down. Mm-hmm. All right, and when Gideon perceived that it was an angel of Yahuwah.
When he realized that this was an angel of Yahuwah.
All right. We'll go back now. When he perceived that it was an angel of Yahuwah, or messenger of Yahuwah, Gideon said, "O Master Yahuwah, for I have seen a messenger of Yahuwah face to face."
He did what?
Seen a messenger of Yahuwah.
So two people got it right now, because once they realize, you know what, this is a messenger of Yahuwah, and not only is it just a messenger, okay, this messenger has an important role, as we can tell, because the way they conversing with this messenger is like they really don't know how to place him. Then they got to ask him for his name. What other angel in this Bible that ever came to any children of Israel that this Bible recorded, they say, what's your name? Mm-hmm. What angel did that? They ain't asked no other angel that. Mm-hmm. They didn't ask no other angel that except for this one.
Said his name before when he represented himself.
Some type of proclamation, or and really when you look at it, the distinction is so keen. You got people that still going to take them verses where it says Moses seen the Father God face to face. Jacob said he seen the Father God face to face, but really they didn't. They seen the angel of Yahuwah face to face. Now we proving this right now. This is all being proven. So since we done with that,
you read now.
Yeah, matter of fact, yeah, keep reading. Go ahead.
All right, it says this. And Yahuwah said to him, "Peace be with you. Do not fear, you do not die." And Gideon built an altar there to Yahuwah and called it Yahuwah Shalom.
I wonder why he said that though. Why did my man Gideon say, "We have seen the face, we have seen the angel, we have seen the face of the angel of Yahuwah, we're gonna die"? Mm-hmm. I wonder what the Father said when he was talking to Moses. He said, "Anybody see my face, they die." Mm-hmm. Right? So I wondered if he knew some stories or he heard some stories about the thing with Moses and kind of got a little misconstrued and was like, you know what? I know that's to be that was an angel that was talking to Moses. And I know what Moses said about this. I'm just showing you that this is how some things can be trickled down into other ideologies and thoughts of certain personages in the Bible. Because he thought he was going to die because he seen the Malachim of Yahuwah face to face. When we know that it was the Father that was talking to Moses, and the Father said, you cannot see my face, for you'll die. Nobody can see his face. They can only see the angel of Yahuwah's face. So, all right. So now let's go to, because we off of that. And we're going, matter of fact, we're going to jump around to the meat right now. I want you to go to Genesis chapter 18. And I want you to read from verse 2 all the way to 33.
All right. So he lifted his eyes and looked and saw 3 men standing opposite of him.
Now, who's seen this? This is Abraham.
Mm-hmm. And when he saw them, he ran from the tent door to meet them and bowed himself to the ground.
He bowed down to the ground
and said, Yahuwah, if I have now found favor in your eyes, please do not pass your servant by. Please let a little water be brought and wash your feet and rest yourself under the tree.
But how many men did he see?
3.
He seen 3 men, so one of them got to be who?
Messenger.
One of them got to be the messenger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep reading.
And let me bring a piece of bread and refresh your hearts.
Hold up now. The same thing that I think Gideon was trying to do, right? No, not Gideon. I'm sorry. Manoah.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing Manoah was trying to do with his wife. They wanted to detain the angel, and they wanted to actually feed the angel.
Mm-hmm.
But the angel said, "Nah, I'm good. Just get along. Just get with the sacrifice." You see the same thing right here. Abraham is trying to feed the Malachim of Yahuwah. All right, so now let's jump down to Genesis chapter 19:24. Let's see what that said. This is the name, y'all. Yahweh, Yehovah, Ahia, whatever you want to call it. This is the name, y'all.
And Yahuwah reigned so for
who?
Yahuwah.
Say that one more time.
Reigned
so basically, any type of translation you're looking at, you can say Adonai, you can say Yahweh, you can say Yahuwah, you can say Yahweh, Yehovah, you can say Ahia. Keep going.
And Yahuwah rained sulfur and fire of Sodom and Amorah from Yahuwah out of heaven.
From who?
From Yahuwah out the heavens.
So that's the name of the messenger. Because it just said Yahuwah rained down fire and brimstone from
Yahuwah out of heaven.
So it was one Yahuwah
down
on earth,
and one Yahuwah in Shemayim.
And then there's one inside of the Shemayim. Nah, that's just one verse. That's just one verse, right? All right. This is the killer right here. I want you to go to 1 Chronicles, and I want you to go to chapter 21.
All right.
And I want you to read verses 16, 17, 20. I want you to read all the way from 16 to 30.
All right. So this says.
Matter of fact, just read 16 to 17.
All right. And David lifted up his eyes and saw the message of Yahuwah standing.
He saw the messenger of Yahuwah, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what else?
Standing between the earth and the heavens, having his hand and a drawn sword.
So he's seen the same thing that Gideon seen.
Sword, yeah.
The Malachim with a sword in his hand, right?
Stretched out over Jerusalem.
So who did David just see?
The messenger of Yahuwah.
He just seen the messenger of Yahuwah, right?
Yeah.
Now, let's see something real quick. Go all the way to the end of that passage and read the end of that verse. Y'all can read that in the meantime. Read that whole thing in the meantime. But go to the end of that verse. And what it says?
It says, and David and the elders wrapped sackcloth fell on their faces. I'll go all the way to the end of that chapter.
Go all the way to the end of that chapter. Read that last verse.
But David was unable to go before it to inquire of Elohim, for he was afraid of the sword.
He was what?
He was afraid of the sword of the messenger of Yahuwah.
Wow. Sound like that's the wrath of Yahuwah too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And don't Revelations and don't all the prophets or don't all of the apostles say that he's going to come and distribute the wrath? Don't it say he going to come, he going to kill all the armies of the earth? Mm-hmm. Don't it say a sword going to go out his mouth? Don't it say our God is like a consuming fire, right? So that sound like the wrath of Yahuwah right there. The wrath of Yehovah, the wrath of Ahia, the wrath of God, the wrath of Yahweh. That's what that sound like right there. That's his wrath right there. His Messiah is his wrath. He's used for that instrument because when you go into the Dead Sea Scrolls, you actually got the Melchizedek scrolls, you got the Son of God scroll, and when you're dealing with those type of figures and you read them all and put them together, you got a Messiah, the same Messiah that's going to come, and he's going to try to establish some rulership on the earth through a spiritual sense, and then when he comes back for his followers, he's going to bring wrath and destruction. War. Okay? So now, we done read that. I want you to go to chapters 27 and I think verse 30.
Same joint?
Yeah, of First Chronicles. That might not be it, but we're gonna go there anyway to see. Matter of fact, was that verse 30 that you just read?
Yeah.
That's verse 30. So all right. So now let's go to the killer. I want you to go to Psalms 110 and 1.
Psalms.
Because remember, Yahuwah on earth rained down fire from brimstone from Yahuwah in the heavens. Two Yahuwahs. That's exactly what it says. That is the name of this messenger. This is why Messiah said, I come in the name of the Father. He is a junior. All he did was slap Yeshua at the end of his name because he is the salvation of Yahuwah. His name always been Yahuwah. When you go into the ancient Hebrew, of the is not there.
It's implied.
It's not there. It's Malak Yahuwah. And he lifted his eyes and seen Malak Yahuwah, or angel Yahuwah. Because Abraham even knew who that was. Go ahead and read that, bro.
Yahuwah said to my master, or Yahuwah said to Yahuwah.
Yahuwah said to who?
Yahuwah.
Not Adonai, not Adoni.
They don't say that in the Strong.
It does not say that. You can go, Masoretic's going to say that, and I think the Septuagint going to say that. I'm not sure about the Septuagint, but I know them Dead Sea Scrolls say Yahuwah said unto Yahuwah. So Abraham got it right. Psalms 110 got it right. Everything that I just read to you, it showed you exactly it was a second person that was in command the whole time. It was a second person that everybody was seeing the whole time, and it was not the Father. They didn't even hear the Father's voice, to be technical. Because when they did hear the Father's voice, what they said? Let Moses talk to us. That's why the Messiah said what he said. Nobody has seen nor heard. He is the visible image of the invisible mighty one. Now, if that's all true, what I just read, right? In my last video, I told y'all to write down pleasure. I told y'all to write down cloud. I told y'all to write down 6. I told y'all to write down a couple of things. Now, that word pleasure, this is my well-beloved son who pleases me, right? I wonder why he said this is my well-beloved son who pleases me. Let's go to Isaiah 53. This is who Isaiah 53 is talking about. If you don't believe me and you still think that Isaiah 53 is talking about Israel, I want everybody to understand this. There was no such thing as chapters and verses when you're dealing with the scrolls. So I want you to go all the way to Isaiah 50. Read Isaiah 50 line by line. And then read Isaiah 53 from 50 to 51 to 52 to 53, all in context. This is who this is.
53 verse 1.
53.
So, who has believed our report, and to whom was the arm of Yahuwah revealed?
Now, why would he say who has believed our report? What report? What report? Because the report is going to be from 50 all the way to 52. When you read the 50th chapter, 51 chapter, and 52 chapter, that's going to be the report he's talking about. You ain't got to believe me, but I know we just proved this here. So keep reading, bro.
To whom was the arm of Yahuwah revealed? For he grew up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of the dry ground. He has no form or splendor that we should look upon him, nor his appearance that we should desire him. Despised and rejected by men, a man of pains and known sickness, and as one from whom the face is hidden, being despised, we did not consider him. Truly, he has borne our sicknesses and carried our pains, yet we reckon him stricken, smitten by Elohim, and afflicted. But he was pierced for our transgression, he was crushed for our crookedness. The chastisement for our peace was upon him. By his stripes we are healed. We are all like sheep. We went astray. Each one of us has turned to his own way. And Yahuwah has laid on him the crookedness of us all.
Keep reading.
He was oppressed and he was afflicted, but he did not open his mouth. He was led as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before his shearers is silent, but he did not open his mouth. He was taken from prison and from judgment, and as for his generation, who considered that he shall be cut off.
Stop right there real quick. He was taken from prison and into judgment. That's he was taken into prison.
He was taken from prison and from
into judgment. When did Israel? When was they ever taken out of prison and went to judgment? Because somebody can be slick and say that's talking about the captivities. So where they judgment at? Did David get locked up and come out and went to judgment? Did Zerubbabel get locked up, come out, and went to judgment? Did Joshua son of Nun, Joshua son of Jehoshaphat, did anybody in that Bible get locked up, came out and went to judgment? But I know one man that did though. Keep reading, bro.
And as for his generation who considered that he shall be cut off from the land of the living, for the transgression of my people he was stricken. He was appointed a grave with his wrong, and with the rich at his death, because he had done no violence, nor was deceit in his mouth.
Oh,
well, we did no violence.
Oh, that's Israel?
Nah.
That's Israel.
That ain't Israel,
That's Israel.
That's not Israel.
Yes, it is. It's Israel. That's Israel. Yeah, it is. It's Israel.
That don't make sense.
But let's prove this point though even more though. Because I want to really thoroughly prove this, because I want to use line upon line, precept upon precept. And before we touch back on that, I didn't showed y'all Isaiah 53, who that is. It's no Hebrew master out there. There's no sage out there that's going to be able to deter your mind away from knowing that this Isaiah 53 is this Malachim that we've seen all throughout scriptures. Is no doubt about it. You done seen the name of the Messiah. I showed you that in Psalms 110, and I showed you that in Genesis with Abraham. His name is Yahuwah. His name is Yahushua. Still gonna be Yahuwah. He's a junior, like I said before. Because this is why the Father was always getting them names inside of the Bible, right? His name was Yahuwah Yireh. Yahuwah Teskanu. All this stuff, right? So what's wrong with him saying Yahushua, Yahuwah of salvation, the one that brings salvation? What's wrong with that? He can't take that title on either. He took all them other titles on. But let's prove this fact even more, right? Now that's Psalms 10, right? I want you to go back and read that, and I want you to read a couple more verses down. So we're gonna prove this.
Psalms 110, verse 1.
And read all the way down.
All right. Yahuwah said to my master, sit at my right hand until I make your enemies a footstool for your feet. Yahuwah sends your mighty scepter out of Zion, rule in the midst of your enemies. Your people volunteer in the days of your might, in the splendors of set apartness. From the womb, from the morning, you have the dew of your youth. Yahuwah has sworn and does not relent. You are a priest forever according to the order of Melchizedek.
He's what?
A priest forever according to the order of Melchizedek.
He's a priest. Hold on, wait. Nope. He's a priest forever by the order of Melchizedek, right? Now, isn't this the argument that they use against the Messiah? They say, well, how could the Messiah actually be a priest when he's out of the line of Judah, right? Mm-hmm. But if this is David, where's David from? Judah. David from Judah, right? So how can he be a priest? How could that happen? I mean, we got to think about it, because we know kings sacrificed too, but the kings was not no Levites. We know that for a fact. The kings wasn't Levites. And once again, when you go to the Dead Sea Scrolls, you have the testimony of Levi in there. You have the testimony of Judah in there. This is way before the New Testament was even compiled. Look it up. Testimony of Levi, testimony of Judah, and they talk about a king of Judah also becoming a Levite priest, that the two will work in harmony. This is why Yehoshaphat Nun, I believe it is. Yehoshaphat Nun, Joshua, the son of Yehoshaphat. This is why he was the foreshadowment of this whole prophecy. When you go read that, nobody correlating that, because they all want to keep everything confounded inside of the Tanakh. It's all in Tanakh, and everybody fulfilled these things, and then David's the later one to come. This is not David at all. David seen angel Yahuwah. That's why he said, Yahuwah said to my Yahuwah. That's why 1:10 say that. Just go to Chronicles, 1 Chronicles 21, and read.
And you gotta look at it like this. Even if you want to use master, he said Yahuwah said to my master. So who is David master?
Who's David master? But we're gonna prove that though. Because somebody knew something about them Dead Sea Scrolls. Because that Masoretic text wasn't even made at this time when the Messiah was giving these quotes. You know that, right? Wasn't even made. So the Messiah says something that's very important that the Dead Sea Scrolls also say. So let's go see that real quick. But before we get to that, I do want you to go to Hebrews chapter 5, verse 6, though.
Hebrews chapter 5, verse 6 reads this. He as he also says in another place, you are a priest forever according to the order of Melchizedek.
It's saying right there too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if that's what he's saying, let's go down to Hebrews, and what's that? 1 and 13.
All right. It says, and to which of the messages did he ever say, sit at my right hand till I make your enemies my footstool for your feet? Could
we stop there? He asked the question. See, people sit there and say, see, he just sat there and said which one of the angels that he said sit down in my right hand, he can't be no angel. I'm going to show you something real quick. That was a question that was being posed right there. That wasn't them saying that he didn't pick no angel to sit at his right hand.
He's saying to which of the
messages. And then on top of that, these messages ain't higher than him. What message? What angel gonna be higher than the sun? What angel gonna be higher than the sun? What angel gonna be higher than the angel Yahuwah? What angel? But they might not believe me right there. And this is for the New Testament brothers. They might not believe me right there, right? Because they might say, you know, you got a lot of angels. You got Michael, you got Gabriel, you got all of them. I want you to go to Joshua real quick for me. And when you go to Joshua, I want you to go to Joshua's chapter 5, and I want you to read 13 through 15.
And it came to be when Joshua was by Jericho, Jericho, that he lifted up his eyes and looked.
He did the same thing David did.
And saw a man standing opposite of him with a sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went to him and said to him, Are you for us our adversary?
Keep going.
And he said, no, for I have now come as captain of hosts.
What?
Captain of armies of Yahuwah.
Wait, what?
He said, I come as captains of armies of Yahuwah.
Is that Michael?
Nah.
That can't be Michael. Not with the drawn sword. I know it can't be Michael because the same guy with the drawn sword was the same guy that was sitting over there talking to Samson's father and mother. And they asked him what his name was. He said, my name is a secret. Michael's name ain't no secret. Everybody knew about Michael. His name ain't no secret, right? He said he's the captain
of the army
of
Yahuwah.
So in Revelations, what was going to happen? What was going to happen in Revelations? It was the Messiah that was going to come back with the armies of heaven and a 140. Isn't that right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, right.
But you know, it's Greek. It's all made up. It don't got no type of correlation. A white man wrote that, or a white man made that up. A skilled Hebrew white man, a skilled Hebrew Greek that knew where to go, that knew to go into the synagogues, play good for a good couple of months or two, act like he was a pious Jew, get his information, and then go write it down in the New Testament. That's what happened. That's my theory.
Can't no man can be able to formulate this up like this, y'all.
Now I want you to go to verses. Matter of fact, no. Wait, let me get this right real quick. We're gonna prove that this ain't.
Want me to read down to 15?
Yeah, you keep reading. Matter of fact, you keep reading all the way down to 15.
It's important stuff that he said. The same thing he said to Moses. And he said, no, for I have now come as captains of the armies of Yahuwah.
I'm the captain of the army of Yahuwah,
and
right?
Joshua fell on his face.
And Joshua fell on his face.
And did reverent worship and said to him.
Oh, he did worship?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't bow down to Messiah. I can't do that. I can't worship Messiah. So no, that's idolatry.
And Joshua asked him a question. What is my master saying to his servant? So he called him master. Then he said, and the captain of hosts of Yahuwah said to Joshua, take off your sandals off your feet.
Wow.
The place where you stand and set apart.
Wow. Wow.
Same thing he said to Moses, man.
Wow. We just making this up. This ain't in the Tanakh.
This messenger have the authority to tell him to take off his shoes because he's standing on steps.
Exactly.
He has the authority to be called master and to be reverenced and worship.
My man bowed down to him, right?
Yeah.
And we can show people in the Bible where people bow down to David, right? Mm-hmm. So people can give reverence to David, but we can't bow down to the Messiah when he comes. We can't. This Jesus character, we're committing idolatry. We're idol worshipers. People bow down to him. Now somebody bowed down to an angel. Mm. But when we go to Revelations and John did the same thing, what that angel say?
Like, nah.
That angel said, don't do that here to me. Bow down to the one that did. So if the angel in Revelation said that, I'm pretty sure all the other angels, because the first thing they did was they always got a nigga up. Yeah. Get on up.
Yeah, they did the same thing.
Get on up.
Said, nah, I ain't. See, this one ain't stopping.
Get on up. That's the first thing. If it was any other, did Mary fall down on her face when Gabriel came?
Nah.
You sure? She ain't fall down?
Oh yeah, she did.
She did?
Yeah.
I don't remember her falling down.
Gabriel?
I don't remember Mary, falling down and because she was, so shocked.
I think that's what I think they believe she fell down, bro.
They probably believe that, man.
I think they believe she fell down.
I mean, we know, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we ain't Tanakh holders, you know what I'm saying? We don't know the Hebrew like that, so I don't see why somebody should believe us. You know what I'm saying? So, but all right, let's prove this though. Let's prove this not Michael neither. Cause I don't want that's Michael. I don't want no Jehovah's Witness. I don't want nobody seeing this going to come and think that they're going to debunk this. And I got the answer. No, you don't. Let's go to Daniel's chapter 12 and verse 1. Daniel's chapter 12, verse 1.
All right, I got you. Now at the time, Michael shall stand up, and the great head who is standing over the sons of your people.
So wait. Michael is now. What's Michael's position?
He is standing over the sons of your people.
To do what?
There shall be a time of distress such as never was since there was a nation. To that time, at that time, your people shall be delivered. Everyone who is found written in the book.
Oh, so Michael is the host of Israel.
Yeah.
Michael is the prince over Israel, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's Michael's job. But you got one that's over Michael, right?
Yeah.
Because he's the captain of the army of Yahuwah, right? Now, would it be crazy for me to correlate this with Revelations again, where John says that the Messiah sent one of his angels to me? I wonder why the Messiah was able to do that, because of course he must be the dispatcher.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that's directing these angels to do, because he is above them. That's why it says, when we go back to Hebrews, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go back to Hebrews. Chapter 5, read verse 6, and keep on reading down some more. We're going to see why this brother right here, the Messiah, Yahuwah, is able to dispatch these angels.
And he also says in another place, you are a priest forever, according to the order of Melchizedek, who in the days of his flesh, when he had offered up prayer and petitions with strong crying and tears to him, was able to save him from death.
Same Melchizedek that had wine and bread. Same Messiah that sat back with his disciples and had wine and bread. All right.
And was heard because of his reverent fear. Though being a son, he learned obedience by what he suffered. And having been perfected, he became the causer of everlasting deliverance to all those obey him. Having been designated by Elohim a high priest according to the order of Melchizedek.
Same thing in Psalms 110.
Concerning whom we have much to say, and hard to explain, to have become dull of hearing.
So people became what?
Dull of hearing.
They're dull of hearing. Because everything that I say in video 1 and everything I'm saying right here in video 2, somebody's still going to say that's a lie. Somebody's still going to say that's not proven. Somebody's still going to run back to the Hebrew with the Nicodes in it. And they still going to run back to the Masoretic text. And they still going to try to sit there and show us that what we saying is lies and we ain't got it right. And we reading out the King James or something like that, because I know that's what people think too. We just King James readers and all that kind of stuff, right? So let's go to the verse where he actually says he made him a little lower than the angels. I wonder why he had to make him a little lower than that. I wonder why. Because if he was the captain of the host at first, of course you would have to make him lower than the angels if you're going to make him a man. Because he had to be higher than the angels if he the captain of them. That's why that verse say that. But it's all made up. It's all Greek.
Is that chapter 1?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right.
Chapter 1 and 13, I think.
Okay. I said, let me find it real quick.
You enjoying yourself, Zinga?
Yes.
Am I saying anything that's, going over your head? Or this is my beautiful sister Zinga right here, y'all. This is a queen right here, man. And before any crazy doctrine reach out to her, we're gonna slice that up right now. We got all day. I still got a couple of more verses to go to.
All right. Let me get this right real quick. Hebrews 2:7. That's chapter 2, verse 7. All right, it says this. Now we can start from verse 6.
All right.
Hebrews, right? It says, but somewhere one has witnessed saying, what is man that you remember him?
What is man that you remember
or
him?
the son of man that you look after him?
Or the son of man that you look after him?
You have made him a little lower than the angels.
You have made him a little bit lower than the messengers.
You have crowned him with esteem.
You have crowned him with esteem.
And respect. Set him over the works of your hands.
And set him over the works of your hands.
You have put all in subjection under his feet.
You have put all in subjection under your feet.
And that he put all in subjection under him.
Mm-hmm.
He left none that was not subjected to him.
Okay.
But now we do not yet see all subjected to him.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what? You know what's so funny with that? Then the New Testament, the Greek book that the Romans made up, and Alexander made up somehow, and the Pistos family somehow made it, and then some Germans made it. They all made it at the same time, and they lived at different time frames. But somehow they able to put their little blueprint inside the book, right? Isn't that the same thing that man was able? Wasn't that the same thing that the Father bestowed on man? Read that again. Read that verse from the top again.
You have put all in subjection under him.
No. Read right where you started at.
All right. It says, but somewhere one has witness saying.
Somewhere one has witness saying.
What is man that you
What is man? Keep going.
Or the son of man that you look at.
Or the son of man that
you look after him.
You look at. Why are you looking after these men? Keep going.
You have made him a little lower than
You made him a little lower than the angels, because that's true.
You have crowned him with esteem.
You crowned him with esteem. That's true.
And respect.
And respect.
And set him over the works of
your
hands.
You set him over the works of your hands. Now, I'm pretty sure the Most High did that to Adam and Eve. I'm pretty sure that's also what the Most High gave to Adam and Eve, right? Am I lying?
Yeah.
Didn't he not say, I made you in my own image, that you gonna have dominion over the fish, you gonna have dominion over the fowl of the air, you had dominion over the animals and all that kind of stuff? He put them over what? The works of his hand, right?
Yeah.
Now, why would this Greek book, because it's so Greeked out, and some people just don't see the Hebraic concept in it because it's made up, that same book says that the Messiah was what? He was the second what? He was the second Adam. He was the second Adam. This is the second Adam, because this is how Adam was supposed to start off. That's why Messiah came, and he was called the second Adam, because it says one sin, the whole world was corrupted by that. One comes in perfect and perfect all. He picking up where Adam left off at. Well, not where we left off at. He picking up where Adam started at first. That one man that's going to turn everybody righteous, because it was one man that turned everybody into sinners. Same thing he gave them. That's why it's correlated like that. I want you to keep reading though a little bit more on that.
All right, it says this. You put all under subjection under his feet, and that he put all in subjection under him. He left none that is not subjected to him. But now we do not yet see all subjected to him. But we do see him who was made for a little while lower than the messengers, Yahusha, because of the suffering of death, crowned with the esteem and respect, that by the favor of Elohim he should taste death for everyone. Just like what said, I think it was Isaiah 53, right? Yeah, he would be strict. Yeah, okay. For the transgression. All right, because you know that might be a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, that's a lie too. Probably we just making it sound real good or something like that. Let's go to Matthew chapter 22, and I want you to read verses 44 and 45. 22, 44, 45. Yep. It says, Yahuwah said to my master, or Yahuwah said to my Yahuwah, sit at my right hand, so I'll make your enemies a footstool for your feet. That's what it said, right? We just read that. That's what it said. And y'all, you know, Wayne just made that up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to correlate that with the Messiah, right? Keep going. If then David calls him master, how is he his son? And we know that he really didn't call him master. He called him Yahuwah. So we know that the Messiah had the same understanding that the Dead Sea Scrolls had before he even came on the scene. So if David calls him Yahuwah, how is he? He just asked him a question. So they ain't people that went and made that Masoretic text, because that's who made that Masoretic text. Them Pharisees and them people that did not want to believe Messiah. They changed that prophecy up. They put Adonai and Adoniah, so it can mean master. And then you should hear the prophecies, man. These Talmudists, you should hear the stuff they said what that means. You should hear some of the stuff they said. That with that past, it's prophetic, but that ain't him. This is David's uncle. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff from these sages and these ancient medieval Jewish people. Crazy stuff. Messiah said the same thing the Dead Sea Scrolls said. He asked an important question. I ask you the same question. Why would David call this man Yahuwah if
this so-called Messiah is supposed to be the son of David. Why would he do that? We can go to them scriptures that say he would raise up for David. We can go to those scriptures that say things like that and implies that, and y'all still gonna say it's David.
You know what's so funny?
David gonna raise up David to himself.
You read chapter 46. Guess what it says?
What?
See, all these people got answers for this, right?
Mm-hmm.
He says, and no one was able to answer him a word. He says, and from that day on, no one was bold enough to ask him any more questions, y'all. But we got people today who are not even learning Torah, who don't even understand the ancient tongue and of our people, who just started reading this stuff saying that's not it. But these people was masters at this stuff. They understood the language and they couldn't answer it. So how y'all answering it?
I'm gonna ask you a question, serious question, bro. They gonna answer this?
Nah.
Are they really gonna answer this?
Nah.
Are we gonna really get a good rebuttal?
Nah, they gonna go.
Are we gonna get somebody that listen? Somebody that know Hebrew for 30. I'm going on record saying this. Somebody that's been knowing Hebrew for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years to 100 years ain't gonna give us an answer to this. Ain't gonna do it. A sage out there over the Middle East right now, one of them white guys that's been Talmudic out and all this kind of crazy stuff that they over there doing, wearing the black and all that, you know, wearing the hoods, they not gonna answer this. They gonna come with something that's so outlandish and so crazy that when we go back to that Bible and read that Tanakh, we're gonna be like, how can these people even claim this book? They never gonna give us an answer for this. The book just broke it down. We didn't interpretate this. The book just broke this down. And if the book just broke this down and they said that they Torah observers, why they not following this? Why do they not know that there was two Yahuwahs? Why do they get mad when he say that I am the only El? Because it don't say I'm the only Elohim, which would indicate plurality. He said I'm the only El that made the heavens and earth. There's no one beside me. There is no other El besides him. There's not. He is the only El. He is the only second in command. He said, oh my gosh, man, this is so deep. Hear, O Israel, Yahuwah, okay, you're Elohim, Yahuwah, you're Elohim, because we just showed two Yahuwahs. So if Yahuwah, Elohim, that denotes plurality, which people gonna say it denotes majesties in the plural, in the magnificent we and all this kind of the royal we and all that kind of stuff. He said he is a Akkad. Yahuwah, your Elohims are Akkad. Yahuwah, your Elohims are Akkad. And the reason why I know that's what that verse say, and the reason why I know that I can translate that verse into saying that, because I see two Yahuwahs inside the scriptures. I see two Yahuwahs in Psalms 110. I see two Yahuwahs when you have Malak Yahuwah, or the angel of Yahuwah, intercessing for the people all over the whole Tanakh, being inside of that burning bush, telling Joshua to take his shoes off, slaying people with the sword, being the captain of the host of the armies of heaven. I can see it. I can see it. Maybe y'all can't. I don't know why y'all can't. But I can. And I can make that interpretation, and I can make that claim, and I can stand on it. And I know nobody gonna give us no explanation for that, because somebody gonna try to break down that modern Hebrew. Somebody gonna try that. That's what they gonna do. You deal with that paleo, you gonna deal with something totally different, because there ain't no vowel points in that. It ain't no vowel points in that. The letters are used as vowel points. As a matter of fact, I should get my book out, and I should go and bring that out.
I could tell you why they can't perceive it.
But this ain't no Hebrew class though. You know what I'm saying? This is just to show y'all that everything that we said from video 1 all the way down to video 2, it is a fact. Nobody's disproving this. It don't matter who you are, nobody's disproving it. And I know that I'm coming the way that I'm coming, and people are going to take offense to that, and it may be out of pride or some arrogance that people may think. It's a passion. It's a passion because I'm a meek brother. This is a meek brother. This is a meek sister. Don't come at us and think like we're everybody else and put us in the same box and start slandering us, start telling me I'm an idol worshiper, start talking about my Messiah without even hearing why I believe he's the Messiah, why I believe he's the Messiah. Because not yet one time did we go to any other verse that everybody else used, did we? The only verse that we did go to, the only chapter that we did go to, we went to Isaiah 53. We didn't go nowhere else. Did we go, and the son shall be born, and his name shall be? Did we go to there? A virgin shall conceive. Did we go there? Did we go any to them script? No, we didn't. And this is why they think that we all the same. We got the same, y'all all understand the same way because y'all look at the same verses to get the understanding. I looked at these verses to get this understanding. I ain't look at them other verses. I did not look at them other verses. That's how I know that Joseph ain't sleep with no Mary to have him. Because the angel of Malachim did not come from Joseph's nutsacks. That's why I believe that virgin birth that everybody's so busy trying to slander and beat down. Not because of no other reason, but because it is. That is the Malachim of Yahuwah that you see in that New Testament, man. That's what the New Testament is saying, man. That's what the Dead Sea Scrolls is saying, man. That's what the LXX is saying, man. The only person that's not saying it is the Masoretes, is the Talmud, and all them other people and them sages that came years after the Messiah was born and this book was written. That's the only people that's saying that. Is it our fault that we're going to stick to the older text? Let's be serious. But I bet you all of them.
They do it all the time.
I bet you all of them non-messianics liked it when that Kemetic guy got up there inside of our round table, instead of saying, I'd rather go back to the original people. That's why I rock with the Old Testament brothers, not the New Testament brothers, because the Old Testament is the original. And then I also want to say, go back to the original where the Tanakh came from. I saw it, all that dumb stuff. We went back to the originals. This is the original Mr. Kemetic. So you don't even know what you're talking about. So with that being said, everybody, and it's more, we got more, but we're going to stop right there because I want all that to just filter through your mind, and I want you to understand something. When you come in that New Testament believers, don't try to come over here thinking that you're going to get some easy win because you're going to spit some Hebrew. That's all we letting you know. I got people I got to teach. So as a leader, as a teacher, as he's a leader and a teacher, and as she is a leader and a teacher, okay, we're going to protect one another, and we're not going to let that stuff come and hit home. We're not losing no more people over here. That's not going to happen. All right, so shalom to y'all, and I hope everybody enjoyed the lesson, and I hope you really learned something from this.
Shalom.